Hey, I'm Mike, and I'm going to go over what I use for a mobile hunting setup when I'm going to be climbing a tree. Starting with the platform/climbing method. Now, this is the UP platform from Eastern Woods Outdoors. This has got the angled platform. This is fairly small compared to some of the larger like Predator XL platforms or Out on a Limb platform, but still plenty for me. I've got a size 12, and it it does fine. So got the Sewn-in double step aider, 20-inch interval in between those steps, and other than that, it's your standard 12-inch ultimate one stick. So that's what I climb and stand on, and then the actual saddle is the tethered Phantom. I got this in 2020 and started using it. Made very few modifications to it. I got this pouch. This is their cis hauler, original cis hauler, and in it I've got just one of their lineman belts with a Ropeman 1. One of their carabiners. I've got their recliner strap, goes around your back and you can kind of lean into, and I've got 2 squirrel steps and a strap. And then on the other side here, this is from Eastern Woods Outdoors. This holds my 40 feet of Sterling Canyon CIV, which is rope. This is how I get down out of the tree. So when I get up and start climbing, this is going to go around the tree, and then I'm going to use that like a Ropeman 1, and that's also a rappel device. And so 40 feet, that's the height that I'm able to go up to. So pretty much any tree up to 40 feet, regardless of the branches, because if I've got a branch, then I'm just going to use my lineman's belt and alternate just the same way you would with a normal tethered and lineman's belt. And let's see, I've got just in a Night Eyes like phone case here that I've got zip tied. I've got 40 feet of Dynaglide. This is a really strong, low stretch, and this is the pull down rope. So when you rappel out of the tree, you can then use this to pull your rope down, retrieve your rope. I doubled that up, so I've got a carabiner on one side and then I've got a quick link on the other. This is also my bow pull-up rope. Let's see. I've got a Hero clip, which is really cool. This goes on my tether and then hangs my bow, and you can twist that. Can't recommend them enough. Pretty cool little piece of gear. These straps I got off Amazon. I talked about these in another video, but these are really nice to prevent saddle sag, especially with the extra couple pounds of rope. So let me get this all packed back up. I'm going to climb a tree, take a couple shots, and then rappel down. Okay. All right. So when I get up to the tree, first thing I'm going to do is lean my bow up like that. I've got this little piece of Night Eyes gear tie here on the limb mounted quiver. Now if I'm not running a limb mounted quiver, I'd probably just clip right here, but since I am, and then I'll go ahead and untangle this. See? So that goes through this Harkin cam cleat, pulls down like that, and some folks put a half hitch. I do not, and I've been fine. Knock on wood. All right, so before I step up onto this aider, the first thing I'm going to do is reach back and grab a bow pull-up rope, which doubles as my rope pull-down rope. I just hook this on my saddle and tow it up with me. I usually put my foot in, put it right up against a tree like that, grab onto the tree. Okay, good. Since I'm up, I'll take my lineman's belt, hook that in, and now bring out the actual rope that I climb with. Okay. That's a Delta Quick Link, and it's tied on with a scaffold knot. Stags in the Wild has a great video on all of this stuff, how to tie a scaffold knot. That's where I learned. And this Night Eyes gear tie keeps that Delta Quick Link from coming down. This Mad Rock Safeguard again works very similar to this Ropeman one. Hook that in, close the gate, pull that up to transfer some of the weight to my saddle. This is a Sterling Auto Block, I believe. Hollow Block is the name of it. It's like 20 bucks. I was like, man, that's pretty expensive for that, but it's a heat resistant material. So when I'm using this almost like a handle slash brake back up, you know, just back up to the Mad Rock. And I usually don't toss this down right now, just to keep it, you know, nice and tidy. And I usually don't do that till I'm getting down. Alright, so now we're going to take our lineman's belt off, transfer to the saddle. Good. Put this away. And I'm going fairly slow because I'm kind of explaining things. So I'm pretty good in my saddle. That's where the knee pads come in. I'll just kind of straddle the tree and then reach down and grab this handle. Pop the rope out. Come back up. Knee pads. These are the Trophy Line knee pads. I like them pretty good. Alright. Take that rope through, set the platform, and climb up. Alright, loosen the Night Eyes gear tie, slide my loop up, tighten my line, weight back into the saddle, repeat the process. Sometimes I'll alternate, kind of do, you know, right side, left side. This little cutout in the center, some people will put it right there and then they'll use the rope to hold that. You can do that. I'm not a huge fan of it. I guess I haven't practiced it enough. I usually do something like that if I don't know. You can try it. Alright, and then set that. I can do this pretty mindlessly at this point. Practiced it a lot last year. Let's see. When I'd first gotten the saddle set up in 2020, I climbed and killed a buck. Last year, I used this setup and killed 1, 2, 3 deer. And works pretty well. I mean, as far as hitting different angles and things like that, you'll hear some people say they can't. The one thing that I find to be a little bit, you really have to have it dialed in is when you've got a camera arm and you're filming. It's just another element. You know, I would say get the hang of this before you integrate that in. So I'd say this is probably about good enough. That's 3 moves. And so now I'm going to grab my hero clip here, and I'm going to pop that onto this. Perfect. Grab this rope, and I usually pull it over to the side like this, over my bridge, so it doesn't get tangled up with the bow. Okay. Since I'm about to come back down, I'm just going to clip it in right there. And then we can put that right there. Do a long shot over to that one. All right, got one more. Which one are? I guess the raccoon, eh? It's the only one that hadn't been shot. Okay. Oop, a little low on him, but it's okay. All right, now we're going to come down. Lower my bow down. I usually try to stop the tail far enough out so that I can swing it in and lean it against a tree like that. Okay. Take this and hook it in here. Put my shoulder straps back here. All right. Pack my tab away. Okay, so now we've got our pull down rope hooked behind the scaffold knot. That's important. You also have to undo the Night Eyes gear tie. Now this is not going to slip until you let weight off of it, which we're not doing anytime soon. Now, don't forget to take your rope out and drop it to the ground. At this point, you're ready to go down a little bit, get the platform. So this handle, pull back on it just a tad. You gotta have to play around with this to feel, you know, what it feels like to, you know, slowly descend. At first, I was down the tree. You have to just kind of take it easy and practice, and you'll get it. All right. Let me get this. Okay, the way I do this is just and then I've got a piece of paracord right here. And I didn't show you, but there's a little 3D printed clip on the back that I got off Eastern Woods Outdoors. It's like $3. and it allows me to hook my platform in right there. All right, so now we're ready to descend the tree. Watch out for your bow. I'm gonna take my platform out, unhook the Mad Rock, unhook the backup. I'll show you how to put those back on in a moment. Make sure you're doing it right. You're going to be trusting your life to them. Okay. Now we'll unclip our bow, move that out of the way. And then just pull, rope comes out of the tree. Okay. All right, now to wind this back up, I'll start from this side, take that, just figure 8, right? Except for the last about 4 feet, as you can see there. So this, got an 8, grab it in the center, bend it in half, stick it in the pouch. Still got a little room at the top, that's what that's for. Starting with the backup. You could take that off, but I like it because it's an index point for me. So I'll start on the rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The more times you wrap it, the better grip it's going to give you. Okay, so slide that, set it on top. Next. Okay, so you got your Mad Rock, got your handle facing up and away from you. You want to take your rope and go down to the fallen man, under and back up, and then your carabiner goes in and then back through. You can always test it by pulling up. So if that was the side that went around the tree, right, and you're hanging here, it's not going to let you fall. So stick both those down in here, and the tag in. Tight. And lastly, leave it somewhat open. Same thing, figure 8, just on your hands. Still want your rope to get in there. Okay. And that's it. So thanks for watching.